Hello everyone, this is Ralph from Ralph's Trucking. Here is the start of my pork shoulder butt. Great for pulled pork, and that's what I'll be making here. This is a 8, almost 9-pound piece of pork butt, Boston butt. It was on sale for $1.59 a pound, saved $8.05. Now I went through, they had a whole bunch of these on sale, of course. And I went through that had some fat, but not too much fat. So let me take this out of the wrapper and put it in the tin and, well, wash it up first. Put it in the tin and see how it looks. I'll be right back. Okay, first thing you want to do is feel around. There is a bone right there. You leave that in. You make sure you feel around and don't have any extra bone spars, any extra fat. Like, I'll cut that off. You check it around, make sure everything looks good on it. If you see any extra cartilage or whatever you want to cut out, go ahead and cut it out. Let me go trim this up. I'm going to trim some of this up too. Be right back. I just picked this up off of Amazon. I'll leave a link below if I remember. Here's the ingredients: salt, paprika, sugar, spices, cinnamon, red pepper, coriander, bay leaves, allspice. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. It has a great smoky flavor to it. Just a great powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with olive oil. Put a light dosing of this barbecue rub all over it. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing. Here, let me show you what it looks like at each step. All right, as you can see, it's all covered in olive oil, and so is my hand. Here is this mixture. Let me wash my hands. Okay, it's Monday, right after 2, it's a little after 2 o'clock. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this up. Rub it in, pat it, because you wanna spank the butt. Get the seasonings all in the crevices, but don't put it on too heavy. Let me finish flipping this over and smacking it and getting it done. I wish I had my phone stand. Okay, all the sides and the top, or the bottom's gonna be covered. It's done. The fat cap, I'm gonna leave it alone, but I'm gonna score it. It don't have to be pretty, it just so it can help break down the fat. So I have it scored. Gonna put a little more olive oil on it. Rub that into place. Paper towel. Rub it into place. Now they call for sweating this, which is 15-20 minutes. Since it's Monday afternoon and I don't plan on cooking this until tomorrow, I'm going to cover this up, sit in the refrigerator till probably 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to put it in. And I'll show you that then. Let's cover it up. I'm letting that Boston butt sweat on the counter for a good 20, maybe 30 minutes before I put it in the fridge. So it marinates the seasonings. Like I said, then it's going to sit in the fridge to marinate even more all night long. So next time you'll see it, I'm going to be firing up the grill using my Pit Boss Pro 600 with hickory pellets. So let's see what it looks like tomorrow. Okay, it is Tuesday morning, 8:30 in the morning. It's time to get my cooking on. I'm going to cook this Boston butt. So let's first take the cover off, clean the grill, and fire it up. Okay, let's turn it on. I want about 250. It really wasn't 275, but we don't have that button. Pedals look good right now. This is getting up to temp to burn off. I did get this from Pit Boss, as you can see right there, which is all the hardware. So I can fix this shelf. Okay, the shelf is back on. And right, I only used the hand tight because I had to take that bolt completely out to put this shelf in. I need just to go through and tighten it up, but she's on, and it drops down nice and easy. And it's up to 360. So, do a little bit more. Forgot I had this thing. Sprayed it real good. Yeah. Let's go ahead and that's the Boston butt. Let's go ahead and put it on. Okay, it is on. The fat cap is up. Let's put some good. Let's do the next step. Okay, here I have probably 50% water, 50% apple cider vinegar. Right now it's hard to find apple cider vinegar in the stores. The Boston butt. And put the lid down. Don't do nothing for it for a couple hours. 250. Good. It's been about 20 minutes. It smells good. I gotta go to the store, get a spray bottle. In about 3 to 4 hours, you gotta start spraying it. Keep it moist. But right now, you need a bark. I just went to Lowe's and bought this. I just washed it out. Had a hard time finding a spray bottle. I'm gonna pour this in here. I love Lexington style seasoning. Yes, there's recipes you can make it your own. I just didn't feel like making it. So let's open this up, pour it in here. And if it's too thick, I can cut it down with some apple cider vinegar. So let's do that now. Put about a 1/2 inch of apple cider vinegar, as you can see from right there to there. So all I had to do is just mix it up. I've been going for about an hour to the Lowe's to get this and CVS. So let's go look at the pork. It's the pellets I use, so I'm gonna go ahead and top it off. Even though still have a 1/2 container, I'm gonna go ahead and top it off. So let's do that now. Still holding at 250 degrees. I haven't put the thermometer on it yet. It's now a little after 1 o'clock. It's been on since 9 o'clock this morning, 9:15. It's still, all right, it's a little after 1. It's been on since a little after 9. So it's been on for 4 hours. Still ain't got a good bark, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. The barbecue sauce, Lexington style, with a little bit more vinegar. Let's turn this to spray. Put this on. All right, it's sprayed. Went to pick up the spray at the bottom. It broke my handle. Jeez. Cheap things. But I'm gonna spray it about every 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, it's been another half hour. So let's go look at it. It's gonna stay like this until it reaches 175. All right, I cranked it up to 300. Remember, it's sitting at about 285. It's been another 30 minutes or so. Man, that's looking good. Wish it had a little bit more bark. I think with the temperature, it's going to. Let's see what temperature she's sitting at. Change it to at about 175. I'll be taking it out. I added more water and more apple cider vinegar. Spray this down a little bit better. Okay, I got it sprayed. I lifted the bottom, sprayed it. Like I said, I want a temperature about 175. And to put it in the pan and cover it up to finish it to 202 to 205. Okay, it's now 3:30. Been on since 9:30. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, look at that. Like I said, once it hits about 170, 175, I'll put it in one of these pans and cover it up until it hits 203, 205. I started at 250 because I don't have a 275. Bumped it up to 300. Right now I'm bumped it up to 400. Just to get some extra heat in there when it gets the hard crust. Hard bark as they call it. Just twisted it a quarter turn, so you can see. Here's the back side, let me spray it. All right, it's 4 o'clock now. Let's see what temperature she's showing. Like I said, I don't want to cook it this fast, but I gotta go to work here in a couple hours. All right, it's been another 15 minutes. All right, I put some liquid in the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna pick that up with the bear claws and set it there and wrap it up aluminum foil. Let's put it in there first. Okay, it's double wrapped here and wrapped here. Because aluminum foil don't fit on there good. Now I'll set it on the grill and then let it cook. All right, it's double wrapped in the center of the grill until I get the other mac and cheese and peppers on. Drop the temperature down to 350. Now I have to wait until it's 205 degrees. Otherwise, she's done. Okay, it's almost 6 o'clock, still at 300. I gotta cook my mac and cheese sweet pie. Stuffed peppers. I gotta get that cooking. I gotta eat some. I gotta go to work here in a couple hours. Alright, that's about done. I'll give it another 15 minutes. That should So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over, rotate it, and put... Alright, let's see what temperature the meat is. Needs to be about 203, 205 degrees. Oh, it's now almost 6 o'clock. I've gone through some pellets. Jeez. Well, I'm going to give this a little bit more time. I cranked the heat back up to 350. Took off the stuffed peppers, mac and cheese, and hamburger. Now it's time to get this a few more degrees hotter. Let's go inside. Alright, like I said, I got to let it cool off. This has been burning at 9 o'clock this morning till 6 o'clock at night. I filled it up once. Yeah, so you're too bad. Alright, let's take the cover off. Gotta let it rest, but I can take the cover off so it pull off quicker. Oh my god, this thing smells so good. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, time to let it cool. I bought this on Amazon, but they do sell it in Food Line grocery stores here, at least around my area. This is Lexington style barbecue sauce. I mixed it with regular apple cider vinegar to thin it down to be sprayed. It smells so good. You can make it your own also. Okay, it's cooled down to the touch. One way you could tell if this is cooked, if you could pull the meat off nice and clean. The bone. Oh my god, that's so good. Good, clean that bone is. I don't think there's any more bones. Look at the bark. Alright, let me stride this. Good. Okay, all I did was use the 2 bear claws and just twisted, pulled. If I saw any bunch of fat, I took out. Try to mix the sauce in the bottom of it. Oh my god, it smells so good. And the taste. So good. All right, let me package this for the truck since I gotta get work tonight. Okay, I got 2 containers of pulled pork to take on the road with me. My leftover sauce I had in the spray bottle, I dumped in here. Because when I was pulling apart, I popped a hole in the bottom of the pan. It leaked under the stove, so I had to clean the stove up. Jeez. Okay, now it's Wednesday. I drove all night, get down here in Jacksonville, Florida. But editing this video, a couple things I would have done different. I would have started at about 7 o'clock. I would have started it at 300 degrees. That pit boss does not do 275. I should have went to 300 instead of dropping it down to 250. And another thing I should have done is had it in the center of the grill, and every hour to 2 hours rotated it 90 degrees. Near the end, work gave me this load where I had to leave. As soon as my 34 hours was up, I was back in the truck before my 34 hours was up. I had to wait for it to kick in to go to Jacksonville, Florida. Got here at 5 o'clock this morning. Another thing I would have done it different is thin out that barbecue sauce a lot thinner. Would have made it a lot easier to spray. And of course had it in the middle of the grill where I could have got all corners. So that's a couple of different things I would have done it. And there at the end, I had to rush it up to raise the temperature to 400 to get it to cook because I had to get to work. So if you plan on doing this Boston butt, plan on an all-day cook. Hopefully you don't have, like me, had to get back to work. Now during the cook, I did go to the Lowe's to get the spray bottle and those bear claws, which I'm glad I did because my spatula broke. But like I said, it's delicious. It pulled apart easy. Another thing I need is a small pan because you want to have moisture in the grill to keep that Boston butt juicy. Lexington style is a vinegary tomato base barbecue sauce. That's why I bought that pre-built. But they do have recipes where you can make it yourself online. And if I remember, I'll put one right here so you can see what a recipe it is. It's simple ingredients. If you like this kind of video, let me know. Thumb up the video. If you're new, please subscribe. And tell me what other things you like to cook. This is the first time cooking a Boston butt in probably 12 to 15 years. And it tasted so good with the hickory pellets. Like I said, next time I just have a few adjustments to do. Temperature for one, placement of the Boston butt. I think my wife is talking about maybe doing ribs. I didn't think she liked ribs, but now supposedly she does. So I think next cook I might cook is some ribs. But my next video is also mom's stuffed peppers. So make sure you kick on that because I smoked it at the end to warm everything up. And I just had some today with pulled pork. It's great. Thumb up the video. If you're new, subscribe. Leave comments below. Would you like to see more cooking videos on the Pit Boss? Have a great day, everyone.